guys, and welcome back to Mums and Melanin. My name is Iola.
I'm Debbie.
I'm Takoni.
I'm Takumba.
Guys, we need you to click subscribe.
Come on.
We are trying to get to 500 ASAP.
Click
So
it
please
now.
press pause, click subscribe, and come back. We want to see you.
Waiting.
We're waiting. All right, guys, lovely to see you again. So today we are speaking about when to introduce chores to our children. Is there a particular time? Is there a particular gender for a particular role? Just everything around it. So ladies, what do you think?
Do you know what? Sienna is 8, yeah? And I've thought about introducing chores, but I feel like I only started thinking about it since I had Zeke, so 2 years. So since she was 6. No proper. I think maybe because I actually need help. Like I actually need your help. Like, come on,
There's no
your
more
mummy's
dishes.
big girl. Like, let's wash up the dishes and stuff like that. But there's nothing like really set. That right now I haven't set anything like proper. Okay, this is your day to do anything. Like, I feel like maybe I need to probably see in terms of what other people do. It's not something I've explored. But at the same time, as I said, it's more to do with, okay, I need help. Come, let's wash the dishes together. But then at the same time, Zeke, who's 2, when I'm washing dishes, he wants to put his hands in water.
Of
He'll
course.
come and stand on his
Bubbles.
stool and he helps wash up or whatever. So I don't know. I haven't thought about like a set age, but it's something that in the house when we're tidying up, come on, we sing, everybody's tidying up, washing the dishes. See, do you want to help or come and help? You know what I mean?
For me, no, everybody has to do something. And that's, as Amara being 2 years old, like, no, you go and pick up the pillows, put them back on the sofa. I make the chores be to align with their age. So something within reason, something I know they can do. So in terms of like your toys, your toys, they're your responsibility. So you pick them up. You've played with them, now you pick them up. I have a tidy up chart on the fridge. So I've got one for Isaiah, one for Amara. So Isaiah's responsibilities, making sure that Amara puts the cushions on the sofa.
Okay.
Tidying the toys and tidying his room. It's his room, it's his space, it's his responsibility. I'm not tidying his room for him. I don't mess it up for him. And he's 6, and I've been enforcing this for maybe like a year and a bit, just because you make the mess, so you have to tidy it up. And you have an understanding of tidy up time. They do it in school. Do you know what I mean?
They have songs for it and everything.
So you know what tidying up is. So once you know what it is, you should be able to do it. With Kiana, I think from when she was able to like wash the dishes, she washed the dishes. So I think I mentioned before, like I got the Go Henry app, and within that I would pay her to do the dishes.
How old was she?
She was like, when I got the app for her, maybe like 7.
Okay.
7 or 8.
So was she doing any little chores before that?
Yeah, so like again, tidying her room, tidying the living room, like, and like hoovering simple, like just move it back and forth. So even Isaiah, I'll make him hoover his room. Again, like, I don't make him do it every time because it just becomes a bit long. If I'm in the mode of I'm tidying him up, I'll just take it from him. But you're gonna do something because nobody can just sit down in this house. If you contribute to the mess, you must contribute to tidying it up. It's just fair, right? And it sets good values and good morals going forward. Because in this life, you have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of the environment, and nobody's gonna do it for you. So you have to do it for yourself. That's my stance.
So
anyway.
what age would you say set chores should start?
2 years old.
Set chores, as
Set
in
chores. So Amara's putting your toys away is a chore.
Yeah.
Putting the pillows back on the sofa is a chore. Like these are. It's not a big thing, and it takes all of 2 seconds. But you know it's something you have to do. So if I say to Isaiah, can you put the pillows back on the sofa? Oh, but that's Amara's job because he knows that they're set chores for each other. Do you know what I mean? And it's just as simple as that.
I think that's something that I haven't introduced in terms of set chores, but we tidy up. Everybody's getting involved. There's no one has a role, like it's no one's job.
Yeah.
But maybe I think that maybe because everything's everyone's job, but maybe because I don't like. Don't say that washing up is my job. I don't like it. Maybe it's just because of the way I am. Like I don't like having a job. Don't say it's my job and that's the reason why you're not doing it.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it's because of just the way I am that I've kind of done that.
I don't believe in gender roles. I don't think that
to an
it's
extent
a girl's job to do the dishes and a guy's job to do something else. No, because actually as I could be better at washing dishes than Amara, and so you do the dishes, or like, you know, just whatever it is. Like, for example, like when it comes to like tidying up, I know for a fact, like Charles is not gonna wash the clothes properly, or not. He might be like, there's something that he will do, and I'll just be like, what the hell is this? But Charles will happily, he will come and wash the dishes, and he'll put on his music and he'll start doing whatever, and I'll be like, oh, okay, he does that better than me, let me go and do something else. You know, whatever works. I'm not looking at it like,
strengths,
because I'm a girl, actually, can you relax? Let me do the dishes. No, why? After I just went to get my nails done.
How about you?
Everybody does what they need to do.
No, I agree with age appropriate chores. My son's he's 3, isn't it? So what we do is he has a drawer and all his junk is in that drawer. So some snacks are in the drawer, all his cutlery, all his cups, all his plates. There's no order to that drawer. It's just filled with all the stuff, all the kitchen stuff he needs for his age. So at the dishwasher, he'll collect all his little plates, all his little stuff. I'll stack it up high for him. Oh, it's heavy. He'll walk holding it.
That's so cute.
That's him on the way. He'll pick it up. And that's his little bit.
Yeah.
But tidying up time, the thing about it, if I get him to start tidying up, he's all of a sudden found new toys to play with. It will never end.
It's like a discovery thing.
Yeah, it will never end. Like the toy that was in the corner that he forgot about, he's now found. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to keep that clear and concise, but I think I'm gonna have to, because you're right. It's putting more work on me. And I don't need it. You know what I mean? So,
do you think that might change over time, like as he gets older?
Maybe, but. Yeah, I think, but also I'm a bit lazy with it. So because I know that it's not really worth my time, I don't keep on enforcing it. But maybe if I actually do 2 weeks and every day, maybe he'll, because I know you must be doing it, isn't it? And you know that, okay, this playtime has ended, we're starting a new thing. You know, now it's bedtime. So I think, maybe kind of being a bit more strict with it, a bit more consistent with it, will get that done. Because you're right, I don't want to be freaking getting Legos all around the house. Look at me yesterday, I almost collapsed out the stairs.
Yeah, because she stepped on a Lego. And it does hurt.
It does hurt.
And it annoys you from the deep depths of your soul. You're like, what kind of rubbish is this?
But even there for you to tell them off.
Exactly, even worse. But I mean, I agree with Debbie. Micaiah's going to be 4. He's 3 at the moment, and from I'd like to say probably just when he turned 3, probably just when he turned 3. It was there's very much like you eat, you take your plate to the sink, you throw it in the sink. Like you just tip it over. I'm not asking you to wash, I'm not asking you to do anything. Do you know what I mean? Like as he's gotten older, it's empty the food in the bin, tip it in the sink. Don't be throwing forks in the bin and all that stuff.
Do you see stuff like that?
You open the drawer and all the cutlery is missing. You're like,
look in the bin now, you see one fork poking out.
They just dropped the whole thing.
But do you see stuff like that as chores, or is that just like you're clearing up after yourself?
To some degree, I understand what you mean. I do think it's a bit blurred, but I do see it as somewhat of a chore, because some people they'll just tidy up after their kids over and over.
No, but if you finish eating, you must put your plate in the
But it's still something you need to teach, because if not, they'll finish eating and just climb over the plate and go and get a toy and continue with their day. So it's teaching you these things. So like I do teach him stuff like that. Obviously with like his toys, putting it away, tidying up. But what I haven't done specifically, which I would like to do now that you've said it, is a specific chore that outside of your general chores, which is like tidying up your room and all of that, this is your responsibility to make sure this is always like this. When it's out of place, you already know that, this is me, or when mum tells me to do it, it's not unfair, it's my role kind of thing. I do want to enforce that. But you mentioned something about Isaiah hoovering his room. It's interesting because obviously Micaiah's not 5 yet, but in my head, I would have thought he's too young at 5 to hoover his room.
Right,
Once I get what you're saying, it's literally just...
It's not a huge room, bearing in mind.
Yeah.
But it gives them that sense of, okay, like,
you're taking care of your room.
Because one word I use often that I now uses, and he uses back at me, is responsibility. Do you know what I mean? Because there's certain things that it's everybody's responsibility. But your own personal responsibility is for you. Yeah. So you know, if I say, rah, whose responsibility is this? People are like, it's mine. Because he knows. It's your space. Yeah. It's for you to take care of. It's for you to cherish. If you want to live in this pit of toys everywhere and, you know, just...
That's their dream though. That's what they will love.
But then eventually you're going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, 100%.
You're looking for your Sonic car.
100%.
But I'm like, well, if your room was tidy, you will know where it was.
100%. It's funny because, I totally agree with you. I just think, because Makai ties up when his room is messy, even if his table that he eats on his own table, if it's got like a bit of food on it, he'll be like, my food is messy, I can't eat yet, and we need to wipe it or whatever, even though he made it 5 seconds ago when he poured juice on it or whatever. But I like the fact that he understands cleanliness and it's important to him because it is your foundation. If you bring them up like that, it's easier for them to continue on as they get older. But if you don't start like that, it's harder to then like teach someone to hoover when they've been hoovering for years. I understand what you're saying, I do get it. I think in my head though, I just never really thought of when hoovering would be age appropriate. Do you know what I mean? And now that you're saying it is a basic thing.
Enjoy it. Should be Roman's got his own mini hoover.
Yeah,
but you know
it's not real.
It's not real.
No, even a small Dyson, and he loves it. But again, they take it too far.
Yeah,
to drop rice on the floor to start going back to the
Of course.
Do it on purpose.
and then it becomes annoying.
Of course,
and it's not worth it for me.
Yeah. So then, because I suppose at 5, obviously Isaiah's not going to make the mess to tidy up. Obviously for Roman, it's fun. It's just like, oh, let me get an excuse to use this thing. At 5, Isaiah's understanding that this is a responsibility. So I suppose from that angle, it is age appropriate to some degree because your understanding of it is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's interesting, but I like the role specific thing. I never really.
One little thing.
But one thing you also said as well, I don't believe in gender specific.
Yeah.
Anything. Like I don't believe in that whatsoever.
I don't say anything. I guess taking it out of it. When it comes to other things, like I do believe in gender roles in other areas, like maybe like in a relationship, I do feel like men should deal with stuff to do with the car because like that's just my personal belief.
Yeah.
I don't see why I'm talking to this mechanic about my why.
He's trying to bump me. He's telling me it's £500 when it's £250. Like,
They always do that, always.
I just feel like straight away he looks at me. I'm a female. I don't know anything about cars. It costs £200 to do the bumper. It's gonna tell me $700.
Yeah.
That's how.
But that's because of the guy's bias, not because of
Exactly.
your bias. But it's like,
But that's why
Nigerian
men should
shop,
deal with it.
I won't go in there. I send Francis because when it's me, they want to give me the meats that I didn't ask for. When it's Francis, they want to be calling him sir and respecting him. So is it because as a female you don't feel respected or
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
basically.
Yeah.
I just feel like they feel like I'm clueless, and I am clueless.
Yeah.
So even, but I'm like the most wary person. Everybody is a thief in my eyes. God, I'm sorry, like, but if I don't know you, I don't trust you. That's just how I am. Like,
even if she knows you guys. Anyway,
I just don't trust people. So I just feel like, yeah, okay. So if you tell me, you could genuinely be £500, but because I'm a female and I feel like you already know I don't know anything about cars,
You're gonna have the down your
I
mind.
don't know anything
You're gonna
about
do
cars,
research.
I'm not going to trust you. But I feel like if Charles goes and they say it's £500, chances are it's £500. And him too, he may not know much about cars, but he's a man and he should know about cars.
Yeah.
So therefore that's your job.
It's
That's
funny
how
that
I
you
feel.
say that because Sadiq, again, like Charles, isn't really a car person, right? But my skill set as a person, I negotiate. That's always me. Give me a price. That's the Nigerian. If you know where I come from in that Nigeria, I can show you on the map. That is where the Nigerian comes out in me. If you tell me it's £50, I'm like, which one's £50? Like, straight away, I'm like, no, man. And I'll start at a stupid price because it's a skill of mine. Sadiq doesn't like or enjoy negotiating. He finds the whole thing very awkward. Fair enough. So I wouldn't even really want him to, even if they gave him 500 in my head, even if that's the price, I feel like you bumped us. In my head, I'm like, you should have told me you bumped us. Because in my head, I could have got a better price. Why? Because my skill set. So I wouldn't put that down to, again, gender specific. I prefer to be the one doing that because I feel like I can get us a better deal financially for the family.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that's why I still don't believe in that.
But you can now apply that to anything because that's your skill set. I'm saying specifically, there's certain things that I just feel like a man should deal with. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
Another one. I don't agree though. But
That's why I don't agree because I base what you should do with on your skills.
I feel like, for example, finances. I feel like I'm happy to be the administrator. Like I know what needs to go where, but generally I feel like the man should deal with the finances.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, this is why I'm skill based. Yeah. Because if the man is just not very good with finances and you're better, but you're doing admin, you're administrating your failure.
You're navigating what everything
if you know what I mean.
You're still in control because you're navigating where everything should go. But in terms of actual liaising and dealing with the clientele, I feel like if a man should do it, I'm the neck that is holding you up.
But that's what I'm saying.
Navigating your every.
I feel like you only feel like that because you know he can communicate with the people. If he was a man, it's still skill based.
Yeah, skill set.
So the reason I say that is if he's someone that when he was on the phone, it wasn't working out. Don't you think you?
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I agree with you, and that's why I do what I do, and Charles does what he does.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But my inner core
in your heart of heart, this is
I believe.
Okay, your preference would be
in the ideal ideal world,
Okay, now,
you do
yeah.
this, I do this. Not that I'm not trying to be a homemaker. That's just not me. I know my skills and where I lie, but I just feel like I'm happy to sit back and just let your head be moving like
But
this.
question
and
now,
do that.
head
you've
be
given
moving like
two that the guy should do.
Yeah.
Do you have two that the woman should
Yes,
do?
the woman should be at home raising her children correctly. And again, I just said I don't want to be a homemaker, and I'm not. But I do believe that, the woman should make sure your children are raised correctly. The woman should make sure.
What does that mean? That's quite vague. What do you mean specifically? Everything to do with the kids is basically the responsibility of the mum.
If the kids are somehow, you're basically just on a
Basically.
Because
No.
let me tell you why. You are the first influence your child has.
No.
How?
Who else is your child going to be influenced?
Both of us. All the people in the house.
there.
Even the grandma's an influence. Anyone in the house is an influence. It's true.
But the mum is whether you want to accept it or not, the mum is the primary caregiver of the children, at least for the first until they start school, for like the first 4 years. Dad's around. I'm not disputing that the dad is around.
Especially if the mum's working as well.
It depends on your family makeup. Yeah.
Let me land. I'm not disputing that the dad does not have an influence, but I'm saying the primary caregiver in most situations is the mother, right? So the most influence comes from you. Not saying that the dad does not have influence, not saying that grandma doesn't have influence, but grandma's only going to be around maybe once a week or twice a week. Dad's going to be there, but dad's working. Let me land before you come and attack me, please.
Please.
Let's say let me even narrow it down. For like the first year, you're on maternity leave. It's just you and that child, right? Anything you're doing, anything you're feeding into that child, it's just you alone.
But that's just the first year. Let's move past that.
But
exactly.
Even past that, even like let's just say for example, scenario now, you don't go back to work until your child goes to school. There's
Okay, but let's say you do. Let's talk about us.
No, let's talk about our reality.
I still believe that we are the ones. As parents, we are the ones influencing our child first.
You said parents, but you said mothers.
And as a mum, I'm sorry, I don't know what you want to say.
You have this belief, babe. I can't agree with you on any of that.
I think a woman.
I just feel like as a mum, we are the ones that are influencing our child the most.
Hold on, can we just get back to what you were saying before? Just because I think it's moving a little bit, right? So what you were saying is that you've believed that in terms of your roles, your two roles, the mum's responsibility is raising the children. So you're now, and then Tokumba obviously said,
I have that mindset that in my core belief, obviously that's not my reality, that's not the reality of most families these days. But my core belief, I'm like, I do feel like the woman should raise her children, should make sure that they do well in society, obviously alongside their man, but that's just the role of the woman. We bear the children, we bring them into this world, so we should raise them correctly. The man should deal with making sure that the household is able to be a household.
I am traditional, and I'm more in the belief of that the woman looks after the home in terms of like the general kind of like makeup, as in the upkeep of the home, but at the same time, obviously the influence of or the help of dad, children, or whatever is still part of that. But the woman looks like, I'm going to look for the decoration. I'm going to consult you, but say, look, this colour or this.
But is that because you're a woman or because you're just interested and good at that?
Exactly, because I have a family friend, he's very it's very creative, put it that way. Yeah. So when it comes to the colours of the room, what accents, what lamps, he picked all of that. Why? Because that's just his skill. Yeah. And that's why I said I don't believe in gender-based, I believe in skill set.
Do you know what?
If you're better at something, why would I go and send myself to do something when the house could look better if you do it and if I do it? It's based on skill.
In reality, it is skill. Even when earlier I said ironing, and it's because I hate ironing. I don't iron anything. Most things I wear don't need ironing anyway. I'm not trying to choose anything. I'm not trying to choose anything that needs ironing, but that's his job. You iron. He's really good at it. You're good at ironing. So,
but this is what I'm saying. If you're someone that didn't like ironing and you're married to somebody who was terrible at ironing, once you don't like it, you end up doing it because they're not good at it. True. You're not going to say someone who's bad at finances should still manage. I'm not using that example to front you. Hold on. No, let me finish.
I wouldn't even allow them.
I'm not using it to front you, but I'm just saying it's still essentially skill based. If someone's not good at something,
and it's not also not good. What is your definition of gender? So you say you don't have any, you don't believe in gender roles.
No, I don't like them. The reason why is because you can make your life miserable trying to do something that actually doesn't bring you joy. You don't enjoy doing it.
But you need to remember, it depends on how also the man was raised, because there's some, like the traditional way.
Definitely.
a man will naturally want to do the gender, like the manly,
But then
like look after the car, or
But then
like
it comes down to, would you put yourself with this person? Because if I've met you and I can see you're very traditional, fine, there's nothing wrong with it. But I already know I can't work like that.
Yeah.
So if you're someone that's going to tell me I'm only going to go to work when I come home, I kiss the kids, but I don't
better
read
have the food
story,
ready.
I don't do bathing.
That's very extreme.
That's not, but that's traditional though. And there's people that are born in this country that are very like that. So for me,
100%.
that's why I couldn't be with someone who's quite set in their ways like that. It has to be, for me, you make your house what you want it to be, both of you. That's my view. So both of you, it don't even matter what your parents did. It's what we feel comfortable for both of us doing is because every like my parents, they were born in Nigeria, but they they grew up here or whatever else. But their views will be different from mine. And so is my husband. So I'd rather we make what we think works. And I do it based on skill. Exactly.
I don't know. I can't say it's because I saw it growing up.
No, but I think it's fine. You have the preferences,
like,
isn't it?
obviously, my reality is not that, and I'm comfortable with what it is because we make it work. But if I'm very in my inner core, like, no, let me. To me, you wanna do what you're supposed to do.
Can I tell you what my inner core is? Let me tell you my inner core. In Nigeria, there's something they call Madame. Madame basically has a cook, a cleaner, a driver, and everything.
Hello.
Madame gets ready. She looks good. She walks around and makes sure the chores are done by everybody else. That's my inner, what do you call it? Core. What is it? That's my inner belief. That's how. But my reality is more. I don't even think about gender. Like on a day to day, I don't even think about it. Like so much so that I might even want to put up like a coat. I even did it to my house. I want to put up like a coat hanger. And I just felt like it's not gonna be. If Sadiq did it, he's not gonna measure that it's straight. He's just not gonna He's not gonna patience for this. But I'm someone that wouldn't make sure. So his skill is not. He's not gonna be interested in it. Do you know what I mean? So I was there with my drill. Someone else might look at me and be like, "Why are you doing that?" I even love that drill. I was proper like, I enjoyed it.
But knowing that,
proud of it.
I proper enjoyed
but
it.
knowing that's something that you do, could you even be that madam? Could you be that person that trusts somebody else to do it?
If you, especially I'm paying you. This is not a matter of favour. If I'm paying you, so this is a matter of looking at your CV, making sure it matches, and then everyone lives their life. So like I said, in a later life, when we come back, when I'm 14, I'm doing Mums and Melanin, people believe I'm madam.
I'm madam, yes please.
But yeah, you know what I
I know what
mean.
you're saying, and I understand it because me too, I'm the same person that I will just come and build the bed by myself. It's
I like the
Yeah.
But in my heart of hearts, I don't want to do this. You do
Yeah.
it.
You're doing it from a place
I'm
of
doing it
passion.
because
She's doing it
I'm doing it because
Yeah, because you have to.
Because I just know out of the two of us, I'll probably do a better job. Maybe. Like,
But I won't build the bed, I'm
I
not gonna
just-
lie.
I'll
Regardless
build
of
the bed.
passion.
I'll build the bed,
Yeah,
man, it's fine.
Exactly.
People like
This is
Polish
it.
people, man.
No,
Polish
and that's
people,
it.
man.
That's exactly it. And what I like.
For me, I'm just impatient.
Maybe we spoke about CV. We spoke about CV. There's people out here that they get paid for this. Their job. They're available on Tuesday. Don't stress yourself.
But I'm saying that I have expectations of a man. Likewise, I'm sure there are expectations of a woman.
Yeah.
What's your second role? I'm really curious,
My
please.
second role.
Yeah.
Looking after the home.
Yeah, the two. So the first one was raising
I'm
kids.
still working.
I know.
Of course, but we just want to know what the second one.
No, man, I'm just there. That's what I'm saying. You have expectations of me, like, and I may not fulfill them.
No, but what is it? You know, you had the guy one, the car and the finances. The woman one now,
I'm at home.
raising the kids.
Raising the kids.
It's one. There's only one.
just one.
The household, the kids, and again, I may not do it very well, but I guess it's my role, isn't it? I'll let
No!
But how can you not do your role well?
But surely,
somebody I just said to do the finances and do the car, is he doing it well?
exactly. So you've had to do skill-based as opposed to gender-based.
It's not my reality. This is just what I ideally, in the ideal world, I'll do and I'll do it well, isn't it? But this is not what I'm doing right now because maybe I'm not, it's not really for me. And we make what we will have to do work. But ideally, I just want to look after my children, be in the house, and obviously I'll work like part-time. I wouldn't work full-time. I'll work part-time.
I'm going to pop by in some places. Some business will be running. I'll be like, how's it going? How's the books? Even that part-time. So someone's will be telling me I'm late or my lunch break, I took 5 minutes over. I'm really not
I
interested.
could work twice a week.
No, I'll manage things. I'll manage businesses. Should we be on the show? Yeah, I'll manage. I can do that one. That one, it's in my
When I see
flexibility.
the paycheck, I'm just going to quit.
In there, what's the point? What's it paying
Obviously,
for?
you're working part-time because you can afford to.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing it.
Yeah, if I can afford to, then I can afford to manage businesses. I'd rather do that.
Or just because you enjoy doing whatever you're doing.
There's nothing I enjoy.
Can I tell you something?
I enjoy my job. I like what I do. I'm an
Yeah.
investigator by nature and by trade. And I enjoy it. Like, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't want to completely quit. But, like, I just want to sit down and be looking at people and smiling.
This is it.
Meeting out for months.
So can I ask you a question? Would you ever be okay if Charles said, you know what, I'm going to work, I make enough money, you just raise the kids?
Yes,
Would you
please.
be happy with that?
Hello, that's what I mean.
But you're raising them yourself. There's no au pair, there's no nothing. It's just you. There's no nursery. It's just...
No nursery. They have to go to school. What are you talking about? What?
I already have a nursery of children. I have 3 kids. I might as well have 10.
Okay.
I have a slide in my living room. I don't mind.
Yeah. To be honest, I've been trying to figure out your diary so I can slot Micaiah in that slide. But I get it, and it's making sense. Yeah, it's cool.
I don't mind.
It's cool. And this again is skill based. I mind.
I'll be sitting.
I love my child,
I'll be
but
itching,
I mind.
I'll be getting sad.
I wouldn't say.
I just feel like I went to university. I have a brain. Can I use it for something that I'm just here looking at Paw Patrol phone from morning to night?
Use that brain
Let
to
us
build
do.
the brain of your children. You see me? I'm
Yeah, I
here
get
for it.
that.
I will happily sit home and listen. During lockdown, we had to teach our kids. When my son went back to school, the teacher said, "Listen, it's like this boy has been in school the whole time. Like he's even doing better than what he did was when he was in school. Because I have that time to invest in my child. Hello, I was on maternity leave, so I didn't have to work. So all I had to do was focus on him. That was fantastic. But that was
It's what's normal. It's what's your
that's my skill.
Yeah,
My skills
exactly.
are children. Building my children is a skill for me. Like I thrive at it. I think so far I've done so good in this and shit. Like, but that's where I'm best at. So me being home with my children.
Guys, if you want her to put your kids, she's got
Baby's
it's coming. DM, she's great with kids. All of us are not. This is my skill set. This is where we're sending our children.
The thing is, I want the same.
She said, "You'll see me, son."
For me, I want the same. Although teaching the kids, my patience isn't quite there, but I would rather stay at home and look after the kids, look after
24/7.
24/7 while you go and work.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
I want
lie.
to stay at home. I want the kids to be in nursery.
Yeah, exactly. Then you want to do
We're going together. We're going together. 100%.
what is this?
That's what I want to be doing. That's 100%. Go to
my
nursery.
neck. Won't be on my head. My guys, you don't see me hugged over.
And the thing about children, yeah, is if you don't take them out, they become like beasts in the house.
Gosh, you need
Like
to
you
take
said,
them out.
so you're not free to go to the park. You have to take a trip. You have to be swinging higher, lower. Now we move from this. Then we come back. I'm so hungry. You're sweating once you're making that food because they have to. Let me know. Like honestly, I love all of our children, but it's definitely. I mean, yeah, it's a skills-based thing, and I think mine is very, structured. So I even do like every day when Micaiah comes home, he has lesson time. I think you guys have probably heard this before. Every time, and me and Sadiq alternate it, but he has his lesson time. But that thing is allocated. Once it's finished, I'm even very happy that wrapping up now, brilliant, we go again tomorrow. It's not really my thing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not really. But skill-based, I think essentially that's what it comes back down to.
That's it, yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. So here we are.
This is all based on chores.
Honestly,
It started from chores to the dad working.
We do this all the time.
Because
Yeah.
there's so many other things. Chores lead into this and to that.
Yeah.
And obviously everything is led by example. isn't
Yeah.
it?
Can I ask you guys
What we
something?
expect of ourselves, we can't expect more from our children.
Can I ask you guys something, just quickly, yeah? So, if you ever walked into your house, your son is now married, and he does all the chores, would you be okay with it? But it works in their family.
I'm comfortable with whatever you're comfortable
He's
with.
doing everything, so he's washing the dishes, he's cooking, he's cleaning, he's looking after...
But what is his wife doing?
If it works.
The wife
I'm
is...
going to be side-eyeing the wife.
Wife is what?
If my son is happy with it and he's comfortable with it, okay, fine. Because I brought him up to want to be able to tidy and to do it well, fine. If you're comfortable with something...
But is it because she's trying to work him, or is it because...
So she does bits and pieces, but she's a diva. She likes the chilled life.
So she's not... Maybe
She likes the chilled life.
it.
You can't not be good at any of them. None of us are all great at washing, plate and hoovering, but whichever we have to get there. It's not practice that makes perfect. No one should tell me all the chores, you're not good at it. As you're not good at it, wash it as it's dirty and put it down. At least it's something, innit? Someone has to do hoover. You can't be terrible at that. So my question is...
I feel like it's dependent.
Oh, so you can't wash plates or what? Is it only my
don't
son
be
that
as a
can wash in this
mother-in-law.
house? Hello. Come on.
You're a princess now. Like, my husband, he's not good at chores. Anyone, pick anyone on that list. He's not good at guys.
No, but there'll be something that he can do.
Guys.
I need to put stuff away, tidy
My
up
husband
now.
will say, I'll pay for a cleaner. Sorry,
Okay,
I
yeah.
can't do this one.
Yeah.
But
I'll pay for it.
He's
Yeah.
dealing with it, but he's
Yeah.
still dealing with it. He's still addressing it.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah,
just
yeah.
ignoring it
If
to
I'm
leave
waiting
it for
him,
you.
I'm waiting for forever and we'll
Yeah.
just be miserable
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
So
But-
maybe the wife, maybe she can't, maybe that's for her own reasons, whatever, but she will help in another way.
No, as in she'll pay for the cleaner because there's no other way, basically. They can't be watching them doing everything. You're sitting there eating fried rice and fried chicken and then you're just looking around. Don't work like that.
But I've got another thing now. So as I was growing up, I noticed that my mum didn't clean. I was doing all the cleaning and everything. Will it be the same for our kids? Will you start slowly
to some degree?
Step back?
Because you know why?
And they're doing everything.
I feel like this is a circle of life, right? So when we're younger, our parents do everything for us. As we get older, we do everything for our parents. That's just how it should be. They look after us until long enough until we can look after them.
Yeah, but that's only when they're like retirement age, not like when they're...
I don't think so.
She's talking about from chores, so even in the house.
Yeah, in everything, every aspect of life. As soon as you're old enough to look at that financially, like when you're old enough to look after your parents, you look after your parents.
Don't let Gen Z hear you. If they hear you, they'll tell you that it's not their responsibility.
Why?
No, this new generation.
No, but you know what?
Actually, don't let Gen Z hear you.
No, but I mean, I don't really.
That's not about it.
I don't really agree with that. As in,
You're looking after your parents.
I mean, no, looking after your parents, but I'm not gonna just sit down while my
put
kids
all the
just tidy
burdens
up
on
the
them.
house.
Why not?
We're gonna
you
do
want
it
to have some
together
type of life.
forever.
I'm not gonna lie.
As in, as long as you're living, no, we're gonna do it together. Obviously, look, wait, let me say something. There's three of them. There's one of me, so they're gonna do majority, but I'm still gonna be involved. I'm not gonna sit down and just be relaxing while they're hoovering and doing whatever.
Actually, I'm going to hoover that side.
Nah.
When I was younger, I felt like it was just me.
Yeah.
I
always did it with my mom.
Everything though. It probably wasn't everything as well. There would have been slap bits. Did you cook and clean and everything?
Okay, I didn't cook.
Exactly.
So
yeah, but she was still contributing. She was cooking. She you were eating after you finished cooking. After you finished cleaning.
Washing all the plates, dusting the cabinet.
Yeah, because it's you and your mum's plate. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's just me and my son. If I was in your mom's predicament and it's just me and you, only me and you eating the food and I cooked it, you want me to come and wash the plate? You're having a laugh.
Exactly, yeah.
A big
like
one.
that.
Me and you will sit and laugh and you'll go back to that fairy soap liquid and finish what you were doing because that's just wrong. I'm so sorry. But I do believe, I'm kind of on the fence with what you're both saying, only because I had friends in secondary school that, like, there's one thing to quickly do your chores when they're set chores. There's another thing when you're doing everything in the house. By the time you can come out, the move in the cinema is finished. Like, because then you got Hoover. And then it's like you resent being at home because you're just always being worked to the pop. If you're not doing housework, then you're doing homework. If you're not doing homework, do you know what I mean? You don't want to get to that point.
How many children are there? Because 3 children can do because what are the chores? Hoovering, dusting, like you pick your room. Like now, I'll tell Kiana, you want living room or you want the kitchen? And she'll tell me, okay, I'll take the kitchen. So she'll do the kitchen. I'll sort out the living room.
But you're still doing stuff.
That's now. As they get older, Kiana will say to the little younger ones, pick your room. Like,
because they have
I'm installing in her, she'll now come and take it to her siblings and be like, okay, pick your room.
But
you do
at
this
some point,
then Isaiah
older, when they're
then Isaiah will now take over and say to Amara, okay, where do you want to do?
But then it's back to 2 of them again.
And they'll figure it out.
But you're still cooking.
I'm still cooking, I'm still going to cook.
So it's not dropping everything. Yeah, but I think me, yes, you can cook. The one thing I know about myself, this one I know, you can cook, but it's not that we're going to be eating your food 24/7 because I'm very particular. And I just know that.
That is great.
What? The fried yam. She was like, what is this? Look at it. Look at it. What is this? I said, sorry, chef.
I was doing the plantain. She couldn't understand why. No, but do you like
I really didn't understand.
She's like, what's this? I was eating with the plantain in my mouth.
Oh my God.
We
eat plantain when I see that.
I said to come and bring yam for her, only for her to say, look at this.
What is this? Like, what is that? I can't eat that.
Wow, you guys are so bad.
And that was me eating it, you know.
Ramsey. You haven't met anybody. This one.
You guys are bad. Anyways, it's not that bad. Please, I'm not that bad.
Babes, you were
However,
like that.
yeah, but yes, I'm so sorry, yeah. If you go to a restaurant and I'm paying for the food, there has to be some standard, isn't it? If the plantain is black from the trolley you keep it on, that's not what you give me when I'm paying for the plantain. That's my view. But it's all right. We'll keep that one off record for now. But outside of that, I just feel like I probably won't leave my kids to do absolutely everything because I would want to be able. Like, I don't want to ever just feel like I'm just
sitting
doing
down.
nothing. Like, after a while, you're going to want to feel like you're still... Do you know what I mean? Just able, because I don't know if you hear a lot of these parents, the reason why they don't want to retire and stuff, they don't want to feel like their body's locking down because when they stop doing things, everything just starts to get a bit, they start getting less strong.
You can go into Pilates or something else to stretch your body.
Yeah, you're not lying.
I mean, I love it. I love it. I love it.
No, I enjoy it. She's not lying. There's Pilates. She's not lying. There's places to go and things to do. But even for like my husband, I don't feel like there should be a point where only my children are looking after him. There should be a point where there's still some type of servitude. There's still some type of catering to you to some degree. Do you know what I mean? Like my wife, you can't tell me your daughter's jollof rice better than mine. That will offend me.
Beyonce, we know
She said that will offend me.
Somebody else come and tell us what you want to do.
This is how I get bullied, guys. You people need to save me from this channel. This is how they treat me every day.
Subscribe.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, we hope you've enjoyed that. You've heard our views on our chores, the bougie jollof rice, the plantain, all the rest of it, gender roles, the ages.
When she was abusing the restaurant, no, sorry.
I said bougie jollof rice,
guys.
but those that are hot, they're still hot right now, so they're cool. Anyways, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell so you know when we come back. Love from Mums and Melanin.
Bye.